Today, I want to share with you all a very important update about the H-1B program. And as you may know, on Friday, September 19th, 2025, President Trump issued an order, an executive proclamation from the White House that subject everybody on an H-1B visa that's a new recipient to a fee or a penalty fee of $100,000. So what does it mean to you? What does it mean to your employees? If you are an H-1B visa holder, how does it affect you? We've had all kinds of questions and all kinds of issues. So over the weekend, since the proclamation was issued, both CBP, USCIS, and the Department of State basically backtracked from what the proclamation actually says, and they're limiting it to particular circumstances. And that's really, a lot of it is due to advocacy from lawyers like us and employers like you, people calling the White House and their representatives, talking about this insanity. And yes, this is insanity. It's highly illegal. It is against the APA, the Administrative Procedures Act. It has to be a legal mechanism where the department issues regulations. The regulations have to be rational. They have to be published. There has to be some basis in the law for this. And here, there's just not. So it is going to be struck down eventually. And I hope that there is going to be an injunction. My former colleague, Greg Siskind, and a bunch of other attorneys are actually filing and preparing a lawsuit as we speak, and probably going to be filed today or tomorrow with immigration impact. So, and probably they're going to file it in DC. So some good news that I want to share is it does not apply for people who are already in the United States. It does not apply for people who already have H-1B visa status, or they were previously had H-1B visa status. It does not apply for people who had pending H-1B petitions, change of employer, new employer, any petitions that were pending before September 21st. So if your petition was filed beforehand, you don't have to worry. You can get visa stamps. We've heard of clients getting visa stamps as early as today. Today is Monday, September the 22nd. So people are getting visa stamps without the fee. Because again, those who are getting stamps who are having petitions filed before September 21st. It does not apply to people who are in the United States seeking a change of status. Now, who is going to be affected by this? So the biggest organizations that are going to be affected by this, and the biggest issue is going to be with CAP exempt organizations, because they can file H-1B visa petitions throughout the year. They don't have to wait for the next CAP year in March of 2026. And they can bring, for example, professors, researchers, and other people on the H-1B throughout the year. So if they haven't filed before, then it looks like that they're subject to this fee. Also, people who are abroad and waiting for an employer to file for them for the first time are also going to be affected by it and would not be able to file without payment of this fee. So, question that I have for employers: okay, what do I do if I have pending H-1B petitions, change of employer petitions, all of that? So it looks like if you have beneficiaries in the United States that are changing from one employer to another, it does not affect them. It does not affect a change from F visa to H-1B so far. Again, it's backtracking from what was written in the proclamation. I think what the proclamation was, I think what they were trying to do, they were trying to hurt all of the new H-1B CAP recipients that are coming after September 21st, so all the October 1st start date beneficiaries. And I think they realize they can't do that because that's retroactively canceling approved petitions or pending petitions, and the government can definitely not do that. So, so if you have a petition pending, if you already have an H-1B approved, if you already have it stamped in your passport, you're okay. It also should be okay, based on the Department of State regulations, to go and stamp your passport with H-1B, even if you have changed status in the United States and you haven't stamped the petition yet in your passport. So it should be okay. However, is it wise to travel if you are on H-1B, if you filed a change of status before? No, it's not wise to travel. So think long and hard before you travel to think whether you want to risk it being stuck abroad or you don't want to risk it and just stay put in the United States. So this is really something that you have to decide if you have an H-1B visa, whether you want to risk traveling or not. So far, reports we've received from this morning from clients is that they were able to stamp their passports with H-1B visas. So what should you do? So if you are a university, nonprofit research organization, any hospital, rural hospital that has physicians to sponsor, and you need to sponsor H-1B beneficiaries, I would recommend for you to stop. Don't file the petitions yet, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be an injunction that is coming very soon. So I would not recommend you to pay the fee because I don't think the fee is legal. Contact your attorney and ask for advice on a particular basis. People who have H-1Bs are okay to travel for now, but again, know the risks. You might be stuck abroad. People who need to stamp H-1B visas, again, you are okay for now, but think about the risk. Do you want to take the risk? And again, if you already have an H-1B visa, if you're filing a change of employer, you're already in the United States, even if you were laid off and need to find a new employer, you should be okay for now under the rules. For any other information, please let us know and we'll keep you updated.